What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is for my fishing fans. That's right, we've been doing a ton of content and a ton of videos on the truck, on the 2020 Toyota Tundra that we've been building, with some fishing videos mixed in here and there. But today's for my fishing fans for sure, and especially if you're a Lowrance fan like myself. If you haven't guessed it, we're going to be talking about Lowrance's brand new active target transducer. It was just announced about a week and a half ago. I know there's already been, a couple people jumping on YouTube making videos about this transducer already. I wanted to wait a little bit and try to kind of research it a little bit and learn as much as I could about the transducer before I just jumped on here and started spewing information all over the place that I may or may not be correct on. So that's why we waited about a week and a half to make this video. If you're new to the channel, I'm a huge Lowrance fan. We run two 12-inch HDS Lives here at the wheel. We have a 16-inch HDS Live at the bow alongside the Ghost trolling motor. That Ghost trolling motor, guys, best trolling motor on the market, hands down. It's the best one I've ever been on a boat with, and I've used just about most of them out there. That Ghost is a monster, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Lowrance fan. I'll be the first to tell you that I realize Lowrance has been a little bit behind as far as the graphs are concerned, as of late. But anyway, I think this active target is going to really kind of catch them up in a hurry from what I see. We also picked up a second HDS Live, a 16-inch HDS Live. Literally just came in yesterday. We haven't even mounted it on the boat yet. We're going to be doing that over the next day or two. But I picked up a second 16-inch graph for my active target. And the reason I did this, I'm going to be running two 16s at the front of the boat. I know that's not too common of a setup. They're pretty big screens, but I'm going to be running both of them at the front. The one that I already have up there is going to be basically for my down imaging, my 2D sonar, my mapping, all that good stuff. This one is going to be strictly for the active target. I cannot wait to see this transducer on a high definition 16-inch screen just to see what it looks like. I cannot wait. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be having running two 16s at the front. One is going to be strictly for active target. So you're going to be able to see just about everything in detail on that graph right there. So today we're going to just kind of go over the features of the active target transducer. The information out there is somewhat limited because they aren't shipping just yet. As far as I know anyway. Again, I pre-ordered mine the very first day that you could pre-order them, and I don't have a shipping date yet. I'm being told hopefully within the next week or two. Unless you're Lowrance Pro staff, I don't think you have one of these yet, the active targets. So I'm just going to kind of go over with you guys what I've already learned about it and show you guys the features of it. And then again, as soon as I get it in my hands, we'll have it on the water for sure, and we'll show you guys what it can do. So let me get the camera flipped around, and the information we're going to be using today is straight from Lowrance. I just wanted to throw that out there. It is not my content. It is straight from Lowrance. Anybody can view this information online. So that's what we're going to be going off today. And then I'm going to be kind of throwing some things in here and there that I have learned over the last week and a half of just kind of looking into this thing a little bit. So let me get the camera flipped around, and I'll show you guys what this thing's all about. Okay, as mentioned, we're going to be using Lowrance's information on this. I cannot take credit for any of this. Basically, all I did was go to Lowrance.com. I've done other research on this as well, but the information I'm going to show you guys is right on Lowrance.com. You just click on Active Target. This is the screen that you come to. So at the very top of the page, it's very clear what you're looking at. You're looking at a tree underwater. You have some game fish up there at the top, a game fish over here, and then you can see the lure come down. You could actually even see the fishing line. The fish strikes the lure, and you can see the fish being, so there's some game fish up there. You could actually even make out some fins up there. And then, again, here comes the lure dropping down. You can see the fishing line. The fish strikes the lure. You can see it being reeled up to the surface. All right, you got a couple rock formations over here. All in all, that detail and clarity is pretty impressive. Hopefully this is what we actually get from this thing. I'm not getting my hopes up quite yet. I know this is all marketing material, but if this is what we are going to get from this transducer, I'm pretty impressed with it, and very comparable to Garmin LiveScope. I'll let you guys, I've never used Garmin LiveScope, but from everything I've seen on it, this is very comparable. I'll let you guys judge for yourself on if it's better, worse, or about the same. I'm going to hold my opinion on that until I actually get this thing in my hands for myself and on the water. So if we scroll down, just talks a little bit about the transducer, highest resolution, multiple views, which we'll talk about a little bit, forward, down, and what they call Scout View. Scout View I am excited for, and I'll show you why. I really think that's going to come in handy in many ways. So if you scroll down here, this is really the first still image that we get to see. And when I saw this image, I was kind of blown away at the clarity. And again, I understand this is marketing. I can only hope this is what we're going to get from this transducer. But before we get into the image, let's talk about the transducer itself here. Very streamlined. I do like the shape and the size of it from what I can see. It's not big. It's not bulky. You know, it's nothing too heavy or anything that you're going to have to attach to the trolling motor or a transducer pole, whatever option you go with. Yeah, very streamlined. I do like the look of it. It's similar to Garmin LiveScope transducer, shaped a little bit differently, but very similar. Has the little bit of a, that little circle right there. That's the temperature probe, I believe. So let's come over here to this still image that they show you. Now, when you look at this image, and if you want to see it for yourself, just go to Lowrance.com, click on Active Target. This image absolutely blew me away. The detail in this image is phenomenal. The 3 game fish that you see over here on the left side of the screen, I mean, you can clearly make their fins out. You can count the rocks down here. I mean, this big rock formation is crystal clear. But in my opinion, one of the most impressive things on this image is the range. So you're looking at the forward view here, and it's got a 135-degree angle on it. So what that means is your boat is basically, you're looking out 60 feet. So the end of this screen is out 60 foot. But the boat is positioned right here. It's roughly, if I had to guess, there's obviously no line marks there, but if I had to guess, that's roughly around the 12 or 13 foot mark. So when you're looking out here at the 60-foot end, the boat starts at around, let's just call it the 12 to make the math simple. So that 60 foot is actually only about 48 foot away from the boat. You can actually see back underneath the boat a little bit with that 135-degree angle that they offer. But if you come out here, even though it's not technically 60 foot away from the front of the boat, still it's going to be roughly 48, give or take a foot. Look at the clarity out here, 45 to 50 foot out from the boat. I mean, you can make out every limb on these trees. I have never seen an image, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist, so before Garmin fans jump down my throat, maybe Garmin can produce an image like that at that kind of range. I personally have never seen it. That is extremely impressive to me, to be able to get that kind of clarity 45 to 50 feet out in front of the boat. I am praying that this is actually what we get from this transducer, and this just isn't marketing just to make it look good. Time will tell. I'll hold my judgments until I get it in my hands for myself and get it on the water, but that image to me is crazy. So let's scroll down here a little bit more. Obviously, these are just some pros. That's, you know, Lowrance pro staff, you know, who obviously are backing the product. And, you know, you guys can watch those videos if you want. There's another video right here on Active Target. You may have seen this one if you've seen anything. This video was all over Facebook. It's only about 1 minute and 20 seconds long. Again, it's just an advertisement for the Active Target live sonar. I'm not going to play it. We'll keep scrolling down here and talk about the highest resolution live technology. So the images that you're looking at here, let's start over here to the left. This is the scout mode. Now, I'm not particularly fond of that image. When I first saw it, I'm not going to lie to you, I thought it looked like garbage. I think Lowrance could have definitely picked a better still image of the scout view to go with. I will show you a better look at the scout view down below, lower on the page. So we're going to kind of skip over that one for right now. Here in the middle, this is the down view. So 135-degree angle is what you're looking at. And this is obviously crystal clear what you're looking at. You have a rock formation down here. You have a boulder right there. You have some bait fish balled up right up in here. You have a game fish there, a couple game fish there. I mean, this takes the guesswork out of this. You know, my 8-year-old could look at that screen and tell me what it is. I mean, the clarity is phenomenal. Even better yet, in my opinion, if you come over here to this image, which there's a little short video I'm going to show you on this as well, but this image is crazy to me. You're obviously looking at either a bridge or, you know, some kind of structure underneath water. You could even see like the side beams on it. See a ton of fish balled up down in here. You can see a cross member down there, a couple game fish over here. I mean, it's crystal clear what you're looking at. So these images, again, I can't say it enough. I'm just fingers crossed that this is actually what we get. This image down here is what we looked at up above. You have those 3 game fish over here. You can see the fins on them, all the rock formations. This is out to that 45, 50 foot over here. You can count the limbs on the trees. I mean, the clarity is just phenomenal. So let's go down here and talk about the different views a little bit. Forward view is the first one we'll look at here. So forward view, again, if you look over here, it shoots back behind the boat a little bit and then out. So it's a 135-degree angle, and it's 18 degrees wide. So from side to side, it's 18 degrees, and then 135 degrees from top to bottom. You see this little video play over here. That's what was at the top of the page as well. It's just that same little video of the guy dropping the lure down, fish striking the lure, and him reeling the fish up. Coming down to down view, here's the little video of the bridge piling or roadway, whatever it is. They just show a little bit of a view of it on the down, on the down view on live. And you can see some game fish swimming around up above it. There's some bait fish down below it. The clarity is just unreal. So the down view is going to be, again, 135 degrees, as I mentioned, from side to side. You can see the beam pattern right there on the front of the boat. That's going to be huge for people who like to drop shot up on the Great Lakes, or, you know, deep water fishing for smallies when you're drop shotting up there, you know, in 40, 50 foot of water. That's going to be huge. So that's the down view. Here is the scout view, and this is a little bit better of it's a way better image of the scout view than that still image that they had up higher on the page. So the scout view, basically all you're doing is you're taking the transducer, flipping it on its side, and you're using, it's very similar to the forward view, but instead of 135 degrees from top to bottom, it's 135 degrees from side to side, and then that 18 degrees is from top to bottom. So you're basically just taking the forward view and flipping it on its side. That is going to let you cover water to look for structure so much quicker. It's not even funny. And that's why I'm excited about it. When I'm going to, if I go to new lakes or places I'm not familiar with, or even the lakes I already fish, if I just want to search in different areas, that scout view, if you look over here on the live view of it, they have a little video clip. It is crystal clear what you're looking at. You have a foundation of a building down on the bottom of the lake floor. You can see all of the walls. You can see here's a big open area in between the foundation. The foundation ends right there. There's some like flat kind of barren ground off to the left, but it's just plain as day of what you're looking at. So I'm excited for that scout view for sure. That is going to come into play big time when you're just kind of looking around. That's why they're calling it scout view. You know, just kind of looking around, looking for structure. I don't know if I'll necessarily use that view when I'm looking for fish, but looking for structure, 100% that will come in handy and come into play. Mounting options, one of the last things we'll talk about. You have a couple different options here. Obviously, you can use a transducer pole. I know some people with live scope, they like to do that. But if you want to mount it to your trolling motor, you have a couple different options. You can mount it to the head of the trolling motor, like you see in these two pictures. I don't necessarily like that, and the reason being is you can mount it to the side of the head of the trolling motor and get your down and forward view just by, there's a knob on it that you turn, loosen it, and just turn the transducer to go from down to forward. But if you wanted to go to scout view, you have to pull the trolling motor out of the water. You have to loosen up the hose clamp. You have to kind of reposition, and it's just, I don't think guys are going to want to do that on the water. So the route that I'm going to go is right here, mounting it to the shaft of your trolling motor. When you mount it this way, you can change it from forward to down to scout view. And literally all you have to do is loosen up the knob, turn the transducer. There are lines on the transducer, so there's no guesswork as to like how far you have to turn it. There's actual lines on the transducer, so you just line it up with each, whether you want to go forward, down, or scout view, whatever line you have to line up with, tighten the knob back down, and you're good to go. You're ready to fish. So I think that's the option most people are going to go with. I know that's without question, that's how I'm going to be mounting mine. So the units it's compatible with, the active target, of course the HDS Live, which that's what we have on our boat. We're going to be running it on a 16-inch screen. I cannot wait. HDS Live is still Lowrance's flagship model, of course. It's their, you know, the top of the line model that they offer. This one here, the Elite FS, is brand new to Lowrance. It's kind of like their entry. It's their new entry level fish finder. This one is for people who maybe don't want to spend an arm and a leg on graphs. It does come in a 7-inch and a 9-inch size. It does not get any bigger than 9-inch though. So if you're one who likes to run 12-inch screens or bigger, you're kind of out of luck there. It only comes in a 7 and a 9, but it will work with the brand new Elite FS. And then of course it also works with the HDS Carbon. So that's about it, guys, on the transducer. Down here a little bit lower, it just talks about how if you want to run like a total boat network with Lowrance, you know, with the motor integration, the ghost, the graphs, and all that good stuff. So, all right, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to go over these details with you guys and give you the, you know, kind of the lowdown. The information is somewhat limited on this thing as of yet, again, because it's under pre-order. They're not actually shipping it just yet. So as soon as I get my hands on mine, I will be on the water with it and showing you guys what it looks like and what it can do. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any questions that I may be able to answer, leave them down below and we'll get them addressed. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.